Hey guys, what's up? Bring you guys a video in a series that I discontinued for like a solid month or two. But finally bringing it back for a bit. My critique series for designs that have been made within the 2K community that have been submitted to me. So without further ado, let's get started. With the disclaimer that a lot of the feedback I give will be opinionated feedback. Of course, you're welcome to at least consider it, even if you don't think it's worth implementing. Designs, a lot of it is design is opinion based. So I'll also have these guys' Twitter ats in the description for you guys to go and check out more of their work if you like what you're seeing. So first up, this is a wallpaper for Ramo. This is done by Dexter, and first thing I see here is that it's a simple wallpaper. Um there's not much like pop in there as much as it's a solid wallpaper with Ramo as the main character. These dim, like, I mean, this sort of darkness, this dark brushes at the bottom kill the bright effect for me that this has, because like the lighting here is nice, but to have this be so dull up here where it seems a lot of the light is coming from just seems kind of counterintuitive to me. The name being here, I don't know how much I like that for this wallpaper. It's not bad, but I also don't know if maybe you couldn't have done something sideways or found a better spot. But it's not bad. It's fine, I would say. But my main critique here is to make this better, at least add some more lighting. I see there's a bit of yellow lighting behind him. But this guy, you generally have him bright here without so much as like lighting sources. And I think if you're not going to have lighting sources, then you can't also have this be decidedly dark like this. I think it hurts things just a little bit. And going that dull, especially with yellow, isn't always the. I tend to not like that darker yellow like that unless you try and go gold. So yeah, those are just a few critiques from me. Everything else is solid. Maybe you don't need the Pacers logo here again because it's already pretty prevalent here. You could maybe add like the Pacers gaming word mark or something, or maybe his jersey number here. That could be a good one to use there. So just some small things with that. Then this next one is a banner for Yusuf, made by Jack DZN. So I really like the CC on Yusuf. It might be a touch overdone. Let me zoom in on it a bit. I think what really catches me kind of off guard, it's definitely a cool effect, but I think it's a bit overdone, is the amount of purple that's around here. Like, it's making the headphones themselves look a little more purple, and well, maybe the blue is from the 2K League lighting, but this takes some of my attention away. The red is beautiful, but this stuff maybe is too saturated. This purple is really nice over here. I like the purple. I like the tints of blue as well. Maybe what I would do is try and move the socials out to the out here possibly, especially because you also have this player for King's Guard. You now have 3 things over here that'll help make it unbalanced. So even better idea probably is to go 2 socials here and then player for King's Guard. You can probably make those lengths fairly equal and have a much better flow across. And since this is a very purple heavy header, having the logos retain their usual colors, I think it'd be a better idea for you to go to possibly make them white. I think that might be a better idea, but I also don't hate the logos being like this. I like that you can actually see the S over his head. Maybe make that a little easier to see. Text effects are fine. The other thing is maybe it'll also help separate him more if you make these blurred or at least less opaque. They kind of help take attention away a little from this middle part. It gives you a lot to look at, even though this is supposed to clearly be the center of attention. These clear pictures do gain my view, so or gain my attention, I should say. So those are some of my pointers there. This one also, it's a dark background. You're using a dark purple. I think there's better ways to go about that. You could go white on this and maybe then do some effect with the text where it has some slight coloring on it so that it's not so much white around here, but I definitely wouldn't leave it this color, and especially down here you'll have to change it. So I would recommend shifting to a lighter color there. Maybe find a lighter pink that you could go with, like maybe this pink for example, and try and rock with that. Alright, here I believe these jerseys were made by LRodFX. These are some nice, solid jerseys. The orange and black pops off to me instantly. I'm just not sure. It seems a tad bit awkward the way you have it set up here with the pointers going to flat area over here and then not intersecting at all but being right at the top. It just kind of feels like, you know, you made this first and we're like, okay, let me just put the logo on and call it a day kind of deal. As much as I'm sure that's not probably how you went about it, that's what it kind of looks like. I'd almost rather I'd maybe move this orange slab down a bit to here and then have this logo basically stretch across both. Could be kind of nice, or just move this orange up so it's only on only above the V here, and that could help it be good. That's what really throws me out. I like the patterns coming out of here though. That's a nice touch that I think could be good. Excuse me. The Nike looks good. I'm not sure what I think about this logo being here, honestly. I would almost rather just not have it, or if you have it, make it like an emblem on the side of the jersey, on the side of the shorts. Having had this logo up here, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but something struck me as odd about that. So yeah, but overall though, these are some pretty cool jerseys to rock on the court. So well done here. I think that's all I have for that one. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of an additional design on the shorts maybe might be okay, but might just be overdoing it. Alright, this one is by Bauer. Quite the graphic here that pops well, really bright, a lot of stuff here. You can clearly see the central pictures. A lot of faces to concentrate on, so maybe you could have done something very slightly where from Radiant the faces get a little less bright. I think, well, actually considering like these guys are all, you know, superstars and all, you know, ignore that. I think it's fine how that is. This I would definitely change, make it the white version of the logo. There's a version where you just have the NBA 2K League in white. That would be much better and fit much better here. I love the particles coming out of here. That's awesome. The gradients were done quite well here. Maybe put a bit of an effect on the text where you can really see the power of the lighting being there. That could be a good one as well. You could maybe even find a way to throw in some blue, some red. I don't know if the blue is at the same hue as the league logo or not, but that's something you should check on as well. Maybe I can check it. Oh yeah, 220. And what is this? This is more like, oh, this logo color changed as well, because I know it's not 214. So it's important that if you're going to make 2K League work, you don't alter the blue and red at all. I believe there should be like a 220, which you have in some areas. But 220 and then 350 here. So these are slightly off, I think, because of a CC you put. Or maybe it's just because the image that you got. But I would check on that. But other than that, this is quite a solid graph. The thing is, so he looks a little bit more heavily CC'd and lighted up, and lit up, I should say, than some of the other guys around him. Like this same light. I think even Bear has a lighter complexion than Radiant does. So he with that same lighting, he should be a lot. You see his face be a lot more bright. Um, and this CC is quite strong compared to a lot of the others. I would actually just tone this one down to match these a bit more. If you really want to put focus on Radiant, do some lighting and where it's brighter but not more exposed than the rest of the guys around him like that. But everything else, this is quite a solid graphic. So well done there. Actually, I'm not sure what the background. I don't know what the background is. Is that maybe Vegas or something? It's possible. I just don't recognize it. But yeah. All right, this one is a more professional styled graphic from Prims. So it seems to be organized fine. The general flow is good. What messes with my head though is the way this portion over here for each of them is structured. I think like the numbers aren't centered here correctly, so that's a big one already. I'd expect the numbers to be fully centered vertically. I think there could be a better place to put the teams. I think it's a good idea to include them. You could maybe put the positioning over here, and that'd give you a little bit more space to put the team names. And you can maybe also just lower the font size of the names a bit. But right now, as it is, this looks very crunched and it's kind of off center, so everything's kind of discombobulated. So I think, and then also instead of just having this much text, this much straight white text, you could find a way through boxes or something to kind of help compartmentalize the issue. I mean the compartmentalize what you're trying to communicate, because it's easier in my mind to go through this and realize, okay, what things are different components I can tune in and out of my view as I want to. Like maybe I'll just look at the text, or maybe I'll just look at the icons. Like these are all separate things, entities you look at. And so if I have another column over here for their position, I can sort in my head kind of based on the position. So I think those are a few pointers to take on this graphic. But other than that, the general organization is fairly easy to follow, so not bad at all. Then a sort of semantic thing that I feel like people might not stress a lot is if you're going to be posting to Twitter, at least this is how the 2K League does it, and so this is how I've adopted it. Square graphics are for Instagram purposes, and you usually do like full HD 1920 by 1080 for Twitter posts. And so that would give you a little bit more space to operate. If you're gonna do it in this manner, maybe a more vertical IG thing could have worked wonders to give you more vertical space to put the teams, but you kind of made it a little bit awkward on yourself condensing into this little space. So that could also help with the design. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Hope this helped you guys out. Even a small tip to help you improve your design skills. Hopefully I was able to do that. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to hit me up. And if you want your piece to be featured then on the next one, find a way to get it to me. So with that being said, thank you guys, and I will catch you all later.